Hi guys, welcome back to Codemaster Coach, your medical coding tutor. Guys, on Friday, as we were wrapping up our week of converting ICD-9 to ICD-10 codes, I left 3 questions for you to work on this weekend. So, let's see how well you did. All right, the first question was, patient is admitted with anxiety with depression. And I want to do things a little different here. I want to show you an alphabetic index. So, we went to anxiety. We're under main term anxiety. And if we go to depression, we see our code is F41.8. But let me stress this because I've seen students, they'll give me the code for anxiety F41.9 and F41.8. But as long as the subterm is indented, supposed to be 2 spaces to the right under the main term, then anything to the left is included in the code. So if it's anxiety with depression, then this anxiety with subterm depression includes the anxiety. So the F41.8 is all we need. So the answer to number 1 is F41.8. All right, let's see how you did on number 2. Patient is diagnosed with psychogenic paroxysmal tachycardia. Going back to our example, let's look at the next page. Tachycardia. Now, under main term tachycardia, which is over here, main term tachycardia, let's look at our diagnosis was paroxysmal psychogenic. There's your code, F54. But notice from the main term tachycardia, our subterms, there's paroxysmal, and a subterm of a subterm, psychogenic. So there's your one code. And as long as it's to the right of the main term, then everything to the left modifies it. So tachycardia, paroxysmal, psychogenic, the correct code is F54. All right, guys, hope you got that one right. My students tend to struggle with that one. And that's all you need, just F54, because everything else was to the left of it, which meant it modified the main term tachycardia. The third one, patients admitted with latent schizophrenia, chronic with acute exacerbation. Now going back to the alphabetic index for this one. Schizophrenia, main term. And we had, latent schizophrenia, and it says chronic with acute exacerbation. Well, notice there are acute and chronic, but latent is down here. The type of schizophrenia takes priority over acute or chronic. So therefore, in order to code latent schizophrenia, chronic with acute exacerbation, just the latent code F21 is the correct code. So to appropriately code this, all you need is F21. The fact that it is chronic with acute exacerbation, in this case, the type of schizophrenia takes precedence. Okay, guys, those are our 3 questions from Friday. And in kind of summarizing our week last week, we talked about late effects, where you have a condition today that is a result of a previous condition. We talked about AIDS coding when the patient comes in and they might have a condition other than AIDS, and if it's not an age-related condition, per the coding guidelines, AIDS always takes precedence and will be the first code, except for pregnancy. Well, if the condition is not an age-related condition, then the AIDS code would not be listed first, whatever they're coming in for, and then the additional code for the AIDS or any age-related conditions that may also be treated. And then we also talked about coding neoplasms, primary and secondary, and when you're unknown, you're coming in for a secondary cancer and the primary is unknown, how do you code that? Or if they're coming in for a primary that metastasized to an unknown secondary, how do you code that? So if you have not yet viewed last week's videos, make sure to go back and view those so that you'll be up to par as far as where we are this week. Now, you guys asked me for some CPT codes. So with CPT, my 3 questions for tomorrow that I want to give the answers to are number 1, code anesthesia for a total shoulder replacement. I want the anesthesia code for a total shoulder replacement. Number 2, code anesthesia for a cesarean section. And number 3, code anesthesia for corneal transplant. Okay, guys, make this practice fun, and let's just go on this journey together. So again, we're looking up anesthesia codes. Okay, guys, any questions, feel free to email me, or let's have the comments down below. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow with the answers to these 3 questions, and I have 3 additional CPT for you on tomorrow. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.